What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Maydaysan show. Actually, it's the first episode. Testing this out, see if it works. It's cool. And we're here with some guy. What's your name?
Takashi.
Good. I know I'm holding the mic. I'm just gonna.
Takashi from Japan.
Yeah, Takashi from Japan, dude. Are you from Japan?
Yes.
Cool. What do you do? What's the deal? Tell me the story.
So I make videos
Yep.
on YouTube, interviewing Japanese people, non-Japanese people, any kind of people in Japan,
Yep.
showing the real Japan,
Yeah.
the media face to capture.
The real Japan. That sounds like something I do. But everyone gets mad at me whenever I talk about it. We have some fun questions for Takashi at the end of this video, but
Okay.
let's go ahead and get started. Why did you start YouTube?
Just to make money.
Yeah.
I was a student. I was like 21 years old. I needed to make money. I
Yep.
didn't want to be a salaryman. Salaryman is a like typical 9-5 job in Japan.
Yep.
Like wearing suits every day, getting packed to train every morning, stuff like that. You know,
Yep.
that like I think more than 90% of people in Japan
Yeah.
are salaryman basically, right?
Yeah.
And I didn't want to be like that, you know. So the only way that I could make money by my own at the time was
Yes.
YouTube. You know,
Yes.
because you didn't need to invest some money,
Yeah.
or as long
It's
as
free.
as long as you have iPhone, as long as you have your laptop, to
Yeah.
edit, like
Yeah.
So I just started YouTube.
Damn, bro. Like, that's true because, like, even me now, ever since I started getting really into content creation, I can't imagine going back to a typical Japanese company. But that's good, man. Like, even now for me, like, I'm trying to make money with, like, YouTube now. It's like, bro, I need to make some extra money. I already have all the equipment. So what, you started with an iPhone with the interviews, or you already had all the gear from before?
So I didn't even have MacBook.
Oh, yeah.
So I started using my iPhone,
Oh.
and I was like, shit, I cannot edit with my phone.
Yeah.
No, there's no YouTuber, edit videos with the with iPhone, right?
Yes,
I think TikTokers, some people do,
TikTokers do,
right?
yeah,
But like, when
Yeah.
it comes to long videos on YouTube,
Yeah.
you cannot do that on iPhone with iPhone, right?
Yeah.
So I just bought a laptop.
Yeah.
And it's funny, like the first month I started, I still remember to purchase MacBook, the cheapest one,
Yeah.
MacBook Air.
Yeah.
I used the money for rent of that month.
For the air
Yeah, 'cause I
instead.
didn't have money, so
Oh my God.
And yeah, I just started. So I was extremely broke. I didn't even pay rent
My God.
And then-
and you live here in Shibuya.
now. Yeah.
Yeah, damn.
Yeah. So yeah, that's how it started, and I started interviewing people. I was like, okay, there are many reasons why I choose this genre. One, I speak English.
Yes, your English is very good.
That's really good advantage in Japan.
Yes.
It's really big advantage. So I
Yes.
just wanted to use that one, and I don't really like the Japanese internet culture. The counseling culture is so harsh.
Really? I didn't know that.
I mean, people commit suicide from that,
Oh, that's true.
Some
Oh, yeah, that's
influencers,
toxic sometimes, yeah.
It's really toxic, and then,
You didn't want to be like generic, like Hajime Shacho or
yeah,
Higakin.
exactly. I also, I think I'm a very private guy.
Yeah.
I never expose my information that much.
Yeah, same.
So I like having privacy.
Yes.
So if you make videos in Japan
Yeah.
for Japanese people,
Yeah.
at some point, maybe 500K, 300K, at some point, you're not gonna be able to walk around.
Yeah, your
Shibuya.
privacy's done. Yeah, it's done. Like even now, like whenever we walk around, like all these people recognize you, the foreigners anyway. So that's
Still,
you're getting there. You're
but
getting there.
yeah.
But yeah, if you're at like 1.2 million now, 1.3, 1.5 million. If you're 1.5 million in Japan, you're like all the way up there with like Hajime Shacho and everybody. Almost.
Yeah,
That's
maybe.
crazy. Do they even know of your existence, like the whole Japanese
I don't think
circle?
so. I don't think
like
so.
you've
I
never
don't think
spoken
so.
to any of them?
I don't think so.
They've never approached?
So the thing is, because it's not just different genre. It's more than that. It's more like they cannot understand my contents in the first place.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
yes, yeah.
Unless you speak English,
Right.
So, you know what I mean? I have no idea Indian YouTubers. I have no idea.
That's true.
Brazilian YouTubers.
Yeah.
I cannot. Like no. In the first place, YouTube doesn't recommend my videos to the people who cannot speak English.
That's true.
Right? So yeah,
that's true.
I assume they don't know.
So we just live in a different universe.
Exactly.
Yeah, same
So
with me.
different, yeah.
Same with me. Like a lot of people are like on my content, they're like, oh, why don't you like, oh, Japanese people get mad at your content, Japanese people this, Japanese people that. And
don't see you.
they don't see my content these days. In the beginning, when I first started and I was making skits, I did it in Japanese, and I did a lot of jokes in Japanese that Japanese people would understand. And then at that point, I started getting attention from Japanese people. I got canceled by Japanese people twice. I'd rather have it this way because I'd rather just operate in my own little bubble like you than to have to deal with everything there and stay outside the system. But that's really cool. Do you think that you will continue this content like around the world, or you want to just stay in Japan?
I just want to stay in Japan.
You just want to stay in Japan.
So I've traveled many countries in the world.
Yeah.
But I still think Japan is the best country.
Oh, really?
Just because I'm Japanese.
Yeah.
You know, like if I was American, I would say America is the greatest country. But like, just because I'm Japanese and there are many things that I like about Japan. There are many things I hate about Japan.
Yes.
But like overall, I like Japan, and I like to show the culture. I like to show. I don't know. It can be a little bit controversial, but it's so easy.
Yeah, like literally.
Yeah.
My boss was saying he's an American guy who's been here for like 15 years, and he has his own business. And he literally said to me, he's like, living in Japan is easy mode because
it's easy.
Basically, everybody does the same thing every day, and like every day is basically the same.
Yeah, exactly.
Unless you decide to change it. So like it gives you this really good base for you to like jump off and be like, okay, here's the really safe, cheap Japan, and now I'm gonna go and do it and take a risk on my own thing. Meanwhile, in maybe other countries, it's like just difficult in general. So it's like, damn it, I have to do this and have my life on top of this. So I really like that about Japan too, which is why I came back. Japan is such a great place. Everything is accessible. I can go to nature. I can go to Shibuya whenever. I don't need a car.
Yeah.
And it's very, very convenient.
When I say easy, you know, it's easy to live in the country in Japan. It's like you don't need to worry about safety.
Yes,
you know,
that too.
It's convenient. Everything.
100%.
So like, you know, it doesn't take your energy to live in Japan.
Yeah.
If you walk down the street at night, if you're in the other countries, you need to think. You need to worry.
And be aware.
You need to
be wary.
You need to, watch out, right?
Yeah.
But you don't need to do it in Japan. That means it doesn't take that much energy.
Yeah.
You know?
It's like autopilot, not really. It's just like you're chilling. Like I'm just chill. I'm just chill. And it's good. Like we're here in the park, just chilling. Everybody's here on a holiday. It's Labor Day, but we're still working because YouTubers don't sleep.
Yeah.
But interesting. I actually had two questions for you. What is one thing you love about Japan? You can't say safety. You already said that.
Okay. I know it's typical, but like the food.
Yeah.
Conveniences.
Conveniences. Okay.
Including food.
Okay.
Yeah. You can have a good food from convenience store.
Yeah.
That means it's good food, but also it means convenient, right?
Right.
So like, when you order something on Amazon, next morning
it's there.
It's right there.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe other countries like that, but like at least in Japan it's like that. So
You know what? You're kind of right. It's true. Like even when I was in Canada, to get something at Amazon, it's like take 2 or 3 days.
Yeah.
And then
tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
6 hours later, when you on the bed, before sleeping, before go to bed, when you purchase something, next morning when you wake up, it's there.
It's there.
In front of your place.
Honestly, Amazon Prime is probably like the best thing you can invest in ever. Yo, somebody you know?
Yeah.
See, I told you. Everywhere we go. See, I can't. Like, you think I can walk around with this guy? What's one thing you hate about Japan? Or let's say not say hate, let's say dislike.
Okay. One thing I don't like about Japan is social pressure. But me personally, I don't need to care about it because I'm not salaryman. Like,
you're out of the system.
I'm out of the system. But like ordinary Japanese people.
Yes.
Let's define salaryman as ordinary Japanese people.
Yeah, let's say like Tanaka-san.
Yeah, normal people.
He just does data New York at work.
So like like it's so hard.
Yeah.
It's so hard to live in Japan when it comes to social pressure, like from your parents, from your work, from your friends. If you have a mindset that you can think like you don't need to care about others.
Yes.
In a good way.
In a good way, yeah.
Then Japan is a paradise.
Yeah.
And for me personally, I was born like this.
Yeah.
To be honest, I don't know why I'm thinking this way, but like I don't really care about others. I don't. When I started YouTube, all my friends were doing job huntings, like preparing to become adults.
Yes,
right?
yes.
What I mean? But like
you're an exception.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I was about to ask you, like, did something change in you? For me, I've always been like that too. Even in Canada, I've always been like the weird kid. I've always been like, even now, I think out of all my friends in high school, I'm the only one out of everyone who's actually like a content creator. Like everybody else has gone into, their senior management jobs and stuff like that, but I've always been different, so I understand how you feel. What's interesting too is you're talking about the system and the ordinary person, and you're outside of that. And it's very interesting as a foreigner, when you come here, the first thing you want to do is be a part of the system as much as you can. And then you realize you don't want to be a part of it. And then I left the country and I came back knowing what the system is. And knowing that I respect that they do this, I respect that they do Zangyo, I respect that they have this social pressure for other people. But at the same time, it's like, you can step a little bit outside the box and do what you want. Like the thing that was kind of got me was like, I listen sometimes to my friends or teachers. I used to work with teachers, and junior high school teachers are like the most overworked people in all of Japan, like statistically. So they are talking about, I don't have time, like I can't do this, I'm always doing zangyo, whatever. And it's like, then why don't you just leave? It's like, I can't, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, well, why are you complaining if you know you can't? Oh, because I'm Japanese. Like, well, and I always notice is this one particular thing is, whenever I met, when I go to these meetups, and I meet these Japanese girls, whenever they've gone overseas, especially to America, like California, homestay, working holiday, whatever they do, they always come back with like a different mindset. And they just realize like, what have I been doing this whole time in Japan? I want my freedom. And that's why they all speak English. They're like, they want to have their freedom of expression and everything. But I don't really feel that from the Japanese girls who travel to like Asia and other parts of Asia where it's almost kind of similar, like Korea. But I feel like it's when they especially go to the West. And I remember you went to California. Like, how was that? Did you feel like the difference? Were you like, oh man, like, or were you always in this mindset of, I am different from everybody here?
I always feel like, I'm different from others in Japan.
Yeah.
No, not just because I'm a YouTuber, but also like my mindset, the way I dress. When I was in high school, I live in Tokyo, but I'm from Nagoya.
Yeah, there's nothing
Biggest
there.
cities in Japan.
Nothing there. There's nothing there though. That's why it's here.
But like, so you ask me like, any moments that changed me as a person, right? But like, I think no, because even at age of 18, I came to Tokyo for university. And I was the only one in high school that came to Tokyo.
Really?
Yeah, all my friends went to Osaka or Kyoto, whatever.
Yeah.
Stay in Nagoya. Most of my friends
stay in Kansai.
Stay in Kansai.
Yeah.
But all the way to Tokyo, I was the only one. So
really?
I think, when I think about it, like I think I already a little bit different from others. I don't know. I just didn't care. Like like some people say it takes courage, to do something by yourself. But like, I was like, I think it's connected. When I started YouTube, I didn't have any creator contents, of course. I didn't have anyone that doing YouTube, because I was basically I didn't even know how to upload videos, on YouTube,
Yep.
But I didn't hesitate when I started YouTube by myself.
Wow, that's amazing, man.
But just because I experienced many things that I did by myself, I came to Tokyo by myself.
Yep.
I started new life here.
Yep.
I started becoming friends from all over the world, all over Japan. I think in that sense, Western country, like especially California, California values individuality, right?
Yes.
I think in that sense, I feel more connected.
Yeah. Do you feel like you could ever live in America?
Temporary, not indefinitely. Yeah.
Do you think Japan could ever become a society like that? Or do you think it's starting to change a little bit because, like, especially here, like you're talking about before, like, Yoyogi Park is one of the only places in Japan where like you can really feel the freedom of, you can do whatever you want here. Shibuya too, like everybody's just so different from the rest of Tokyo. Like, do you think Japan is changing that way or?
Slightly,
right?
Gradually, but surely, because the number of people who go into abroad, number of people who become self-employed, number of people not from Japan, like it's increasing rapidly past 10 years, 5 years, right?
Yeah.
People realize that, you can't live like that till you die in Japan, because, if you look at McDonald's in Japan, 70, 80-year-old women working.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
I mean, like, I don't want to say that, but like, they don't have money enough.
They don't have enough money to settle down.
Exactly.
Or they're bored. Sometimes they're just bored, but
exactly. Yeah. But like, it's a serious topic,
Yeah.
Many people die here lonely.
Yeah, it's a lonely place. I know. I got a lot of flack for that, saying like Japan's lonely. A lot of people are saying that's anywhere you go, but I think because everybody kind of keeps to themselves here, I can go here and no one's gonna come up to us and be like, "Yo, what are you guys doing?" If this was like literally Canada or America, and we'd be filming this, there'd be people over here, like right here, going like taking pictures of you and be like, "Yo, what's up, man?" And they'd be talking, but like nobody, bro. Nobody's trying to get involved.
That's it. They stare at you.
They stare at you and be like, "All right, cool, bet. I'm gonna go move on with my life." Which is funny because you made a video recently about how like no one helps you here in Tokyo. Like if you're hurt with that guy from New York, that shit is so true. Like no one's gonna help you.
People mind their own business.
Yeah, they mind their own business, or they don't want to get involved. They don't want to get entangled in whatever is going on. Maybe he's a dangerous, or I heard one theory where it's like they don't want to embarrass the person by going up to help them. There was one time there was a girl who was like on a bike in Yokohama and she like hit a pole, and she's on the ground like this, like she fell. She like wiped out. Nobody stopped, including me, because I was late for work. I was like, oh, damn, I'm gonna lose money if I'm late for work, right? So I'm just kind of watching. She's just on the ground like this. Nobody's doing anything. And she didn't move for like a good 10 seconds. Oh. And then, only then, people slowly started to be like, are you okay? Like, they didn't even try to help her up. They're just like, like super hesitant. If that was Canada, bro, immediately like, bro, yo, you good, man? They'll get you up, they'll pat you down and be like, you all right? And immediately like, whatever, you got some water, you know? And there's one time I wrote it on your comment, man. Like I hurt my leg and I was on the ground like this. I was like dying on the ground and I was like, oh God, I need water. Some Japanese guy comes up to me, he's like, oh, 大丈夫ですか? I'm like, oh, 大丈夫じゃない. ちょっと水がいる. And he's like, oh, hi. And he just left. I thought he was gonna go to the Jihanki and like get me a water, but he just left. I was like, bro.
That's Japan.
That's Japan, or maybe it's just Tokyo. I mean, no malice. I mean, I think it's just they don't want confrontation, right? So I have some hot takes that I've done in the past. I want to see if you agree or disagree with them.
Okay.
Is Ichiran Ramen Mid?
It's overrated. But I'm just saying that because I've been there just I think less than 3 times.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, like, not popular for Japanese people.
Really?
You know? Like, if you see the long line in front of Ichiran Ramen, there's no Japanese people, you know?
No, really, right?
Like, only tourists, you know?
Yeah.
I think it's not about the taste. It's more about, like,
convenience.
The customer service, you know, like, that you cannot see the, you cannot stuff the clerk, the face.
Yeah, you can't see the face.
Yeah, right, and everything. So it's more about that, I think. It's not just taste. I think when it comes to taste, nobody can go there.
Yeah, and I think, like, even when my sister and my brother-in-law were coming here, they were like looking for good ramen recommendations, right? And I was just like, I had no idea because I was always going to little mom and pop shops or Yokohama Ieke Shoten or whatever.
Yeah,
that's like the best one.
Yeah,
I love that one, man.
So I mean, it's not just Ichiran. It's more like tonkotsu ramen. Like
tonkotsu ramen.
Like I'm not a big fan of tonkotsu.
Oh, you don't like it?
Ramen, so yeah, I prefer like Yokohama Ieke.
I love Ieke, man. Ieke ramen. You gotta eat
so
Ieke.
Good.
It's
3 a.m. after drinking.
Oh, it's so good.
Best food.
It's so good. I love it, man.
Yeah.
I love Ieke. I would recommend it anytime. My other hot take is. What do you think about Tinder in Japan, man?
So I don't use dating app.
Me neither.
I used to use sometimes, but
really?
Like, I mean, when I was a student, when I was 19 or whatever, So like it's better to meet in person.
Like, why do they hide the back of their heads? I need to solve this theory.
I mean, like it's more about privacy, right?
It's a privacy thing, right?
Especially girls,
Yeah.
They don't want their friends to see they're on Tinder. Right, exactly.
It's a stigma.
Yeah, exactly.
But they're fine with Bumble, which is weird. Like they're on Bumble, like no problem. They show their whole face. It's crazy.
So I never download Bumble, but I've heard a lot of
me
stories.
neither. I just me too. I heard the stories.
Okay. But like Bumble, I think I've heard that it's more like international people, right?
I think it's internationally minded people.
Okay, international minded people. So if you have international mindset, you don't really care about others compared to Japanese people. You know what I mean? Like I would say I have an international mindset. I know other words, so I know Japan is not just one word in the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like I think girls on Bumble tend to be able to ignore how other people think.
Oh, yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're already outside the box.
Exactly.
But Tinder is more like, I'm already here, I'm in the system. And I think there's a stigma around Tinder.
Oh, and so Tinder is like basically for hooking up, right?
Yeah, it's a hookup culture.
Yeah, but Bumble, I assume it's not just
dating.
that.
It's dating.
Right?
And
so
best friends.
That's why people are not gonna judge you in the sense.
As much, yeah. You're probably right.
Yeah, that's why people can show their face.
I see, yeah. But they had no problem going to Tasuichi or the Hub, I was at the Hub yesterday. I was like, nope, I can't do this.
I don't go there anymore.
No? I don't go, man. What do you think about Tokyo Banana?
Never tried.
See? It's mid. You didn't even try it.
I mean, of course, if I was from Hokkaido, Okinawa,
the omiyage?
coming to Tokyo, I would say I would buy souvenir from Tokyo, right?
Yeah.
But like, I'm from Nagoya, which is 90 minutes from Tokyo, and I live in Tokyo, so you know what I mean? Like,
I get it.
I mean, like, and I wouldn't choose Tokyo Banana. It's just, I mean, like, not just Tokyo Banana, but in general, like, it's all about marketing, right? Like,
it's all marketing.
I don't know. Yeah. It's not worth it.
It's not worth it. There you go, guys. You heard it here first. Tokyo Banana.
Good souvenir from Tokyo would be like, I don't know, something related to anime, like from Ikebukuro.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, like I think it's more like legit, I would say.
Yeah, like I don't really go to Akiba anymore. And when I first got here, that's like the first place I went. I was like, yeah. I've started a new series where I tell the truth about something, and then right after I'll make a video glazing it, being like, yo, it's the best.
Oh, yeah?
And I've started this experiment about Ichiran Ramen. So like last week or like a month ago, I said Ichiran Ramen is mid. So then I made a video like yesterday saying like it's the best. And then people are like, oh, what? It's funny, man. I'm a troll. Oh yeah, I wanted to know if this is true. Can you take food home from a restaurant in Japan?
No.
Like mochikairi?
No.
Right? But everyone's saying you can. Like, is that an exception because they were foreigners maybe? Or like...
It depends on the place, but like... Typically, no. Or maybe you can do it, but it's weird to ask.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird to ask. Because it's not common here.
Why do you think that is?
Because people working as like the robot, you know? You know what I mean? Like they cannot do something else that is outside of the
the script.
Yeah, exactly. Script. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. If you order steak, and
Yeah.
if you say like, can you not include broccoli? They might say, I need to confirm.
Yes. If I
The
could do
owner,
that. Yeah.
or I need to confirm the manager.
Yeah.
Why do you need to confirm? Like it's not just I'm not asking like to add something, you know?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
But like so people cannot work like kind of flexibility.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Kind of.
It was weird when I was in Canada. Like you get like you know what shawarma is?
Yeah.
Yeah. You get shawarma. And my brother would be like, yeah, can we like get the shawarma? Can you put like this on the side? Put this over here and throw in a little extra sauce. And they're like, yeah, man, no problem. Like it's very common to just like customize and do whatever. And then whenever my relatives or my friends come here, say, oh, can you like ask them to take this and this? Like, no, please don't ask me to do that. Like, I don't want to do that.
Only place you can do it is Subway here.
Bro, I think that's why Subway is not popular.
Oh yeah.
Because people don't want that pressure of like, I don't want to like choose and do all this stuff.
It takes energy kind of.
Yeah.
You know?
I just want to get my sandwich and leave, right?
Exactly.
And I think that's why Subway's menu is mostly preset. It's just like preset sandwiches now. It's just like they're not gonna do it.
Yeah, Subway is not popular here either.
Anyways, I think that's gonna be good for today's video. Guys, thanks so much for watching, tuning in for this very experimental video with Takashi from Japan. Do you have any final words you'd like to say?
Come to Japan, but don't come to Japan from June to September. It's humid, rainy season, super hot. You wanna come to March, April, May, October, November, yes. Oh, I'm asking him how Japan has changed him as a person.
Yeah.
Overrated anime.
Yeah.
Hot takes. Yeah. Many questions.
All right, guys. So if you want to check out Takashi's videos, you can click the video on his head. And yeah, hopefully see you in another one. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Good to see you, man.
Yeah.